have the honor of sitting with a true queen. Detroit's born and raised. Honey, she is doing some things in Detroit. And I'm honored to sit with you, sweetheart.
Oh,
I am truly, it's a blessing.
oh, it's a blessing for me too, Queen.
So salute to you, family. I have to introduce my sister, the one and only Queen, Sky Covington.
Hey.
I'm gonna take this off. Okay, so we just gonna chit chat, and I'm gonna
Okay.
work on getting this computer up
Okay.
so I can get you some music played and all that good stuff.
All right.
But tell people about who you are, where you were raised, what school you went to.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Let's get that out the way.
Well, where do I start?
The be at
I'm
the
a
beginning.
Detroiter. I'm a Detroiter over on North Martindale
Okay.
and Joy Road. Attended Westside Unity Church. My grandmother, uh, yeah, bless her soul, she lived right across the alley from the church, Westside Unity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so it was a non-denominational church, that sort of thing. And we would go there every Sunday, hang out at grandma's house. I went to joint junior choir. I was in junior choir. I was actually also in a program, the Ozzie Davis and Ruby D
Mm,
funded a program, and I got 4 years of drama school at the church.
nice.
Yeah, um, under, you know, I can't even remember. I can't even remember her last name because we called her Kim, but Kim was our theater instructor, and so I learned. I started doing a lot of writing,
Okay.
a lot of poetry. So was kind of noted for that first, doing the poetry. That was my thing. Poetry, poetry. And then play. I started writing plays and doing one woman shows as a kid. Like
What?
yeah,
How old did you
mm,
start?
probably about my sister and I. Probably about 8. We started doing little productions and everything.
Nice.
By 15, I was doing full theater, and then I met my husband. I started very young, but we had a band, and I started kind of touring a little bit around the city with that, just going to bowling alleys and
Mm-hmm.
little coffee house. When I wasn't even coffee house. It was it was what do you call them back in the day? We used to have them. Oh, after hours.
After hours. They still got them low key.
Yeah, I
Low
know.
key.
I haven't found one in a couple of years, but yep, I used to go to after hours, and my sister in law would get me to sing, and people would pay me to sing.
Okay.
Like that whole story.
Right.
It's kind of my story, doing the, not being old enough to go to the bar and that sort of thing.
But old enough to perform.
Yeah, so yep,
Mm-hmm.
I started doing that, and my signature song was "As We Lay," which I would never sing that song now because I do not believe in that type. A woman should be like that, but I was singing it everywhere anybody would hear me, and so I kind of made. I was the one. I have to admit this. I was the one who lied years ago and said that I had wrote "As We Lay."
Stop
I
playing.
was in Redford. Yep, I was the one. No, a lot of people don't remember, but it was a huge lie in Redford. I actually had to drop out of Redford because of
What?
that lie. Yep, and I didn't think I had to learn that a lie travels, and so I told one person I loved the song, and I did have a song kind of like that, but it wasn't that song because I wasn't. I don't even think I was. I'm sure I wasn't having sex in high school.
Right.
I'm sure I wasn't. But
Okay.
I had told I had told somebody that I wrote, just lying, that I wrote as Lay. It never got back to the beautiful Shirley Murdoch, but I did cause a ruckus over on Grand River and 6 Mile because I had
Mm.
lied and said that. So I had the Hall of Shame, so I had ran out Redford, and two sisters, we used to perform together. Well, not really perform together. One of the women, Marlo, she could sing, but my sister, she wasn't really into singing, but she was our supporter,
Okay.
and that's a memorable. That's a moment I always wanted to share. Like if I ever get in a good interview and I ever get a chance to tell that story, You know how a lie, sometimes in the music industry, you cannot lie in the music industry.
Mm-mm. It's gonna come out.
It is definitely gonna come out. Don't lie. Just tell her. Just the truth is actually better
Absolutely.
than what we tend to make up in our heads. My story. I thought my story was so bland. I'm like, but when you look at four, I'm 49. You look at your life.
You look good, girl.
You look good too.
I'm 49 too.
You look. Look.
Black don't cry.
It doesn't, and I can see a woman. I can see you're very flirty, and you have a beautiful, wondrous. I can see also what the God in us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
in our sisters that we, if you can still look at somebody in their eyes and feel their
That spirit.
you
Yeah.
can feel that, and that's what makes us young.
Yeah.
Usually people that can't make they're all over the place. That though, to be 49 and not be broken is what I'm trying to say. I can still see the fun loving. I can still
Thank
see
you,
the good
girl.
girl. I can still see that you can cry. We can cry, and
I
crying is,
still dream.
yeah,
I still
yes.
have hopes and
Yes.
ambitions. So
Yep.
that's not gonna go
No,
anywhere.
and that's the beautiful. That's, to me, that's what jazz is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That not that I'm just a jazz singer.
No, cause I done
We
heard a
talking about,
whole lot of things going on.
yeah, but since we're on the topic of jazz, you know what I
Right.
mean? That's what jazz is, and that's what kind of saved me. That's kind of my story. It's a bunch of stuff in between, and we can talk about that. I'm an open book.
I love that because it's girls talk. I can't
Yes.
get the computer together, so we gonna chit chat.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fine with me.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
and if you
fine.
want to sing and give them a little taste,
I can
then we
do
good
that.
with that too.
And I've been on YouTube watching all your shows,
Oh,
so I'm excited.
oh, I'm
I'm
happy.
excited, even though we are family members
Yes.
of WJZZ.
Say that. Say
Yes.
that. Your show
Yes.
airs when?
The Preservation Jazz Hour is on Wednesdays. Uh, Wednesdays at 6, or same time, 6 to 7, and again, jazz is such a span of life
Yes.
and music that
Yes.
you can't really monitor it, and you can't say, well, because it all comes from jazz. I believe jazz and blues, it's all
Yes.
birthed from that.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to share something with you.
Okay.
We have similar stories because I love music. I grew up, my mother was the oldest of 13 kids. So we used to give shows. That was, they
Yeah.
paid 25 cents and we did the shows. But music has always been my passion, but fear
Yeah.
stopped me from pursuing it. I did a jazz play and I was the sexy jazz singer. I sung the A Train.
Ooh.
And
Yes.
I had the little sexy dress on, but I didn't have that person to push me. And I didn't have the confidence to push myself. So, with that being said, that's something I've never shared. So,
That's powerful.
and it's
Yeah.
good to be able to share that, but I feel your energy, and I thank God to be able to share that because just at 49, my life just started.
Yes.
So, it's
just
not too
starting.
late,
No, not at all.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just excited to be able to share that and let young ladies know that just because you do not have somebody pushing you, God put it in front of you
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah.
He put it in front of you for a reason. We all have a purpose and we all have talents.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense to bury it in the ground. You have to share it.
You do have
And
to
that's how
share.
we're blessed.
That's how we bless. And I have to. I have a fear. I have a lot of fear myself. Being a jazz artist, and a lot of times people say, you could have made it," but they didn't. Well, when I did a show and I go home by myself and I go through all of these, I am a rape survivor, you know.
Me too.
I am, and I didn't. I held that in for a long time, and I used to try to drink it away, smoke it away, cocaine it away, all of these different things, and so when people see you and you so like provocative, you so amazing, and she's out there, but really they're just seeing pain.
Right.
And then and fast forward, a young lady. I used to do nude poetry. I was the first in Detroit to do um, this nude poetry, and everybody was like, "Wow, you, this woman, she got on stage." That was my first time doing cocaine.
What? And they
Yeah, I
didn't
was
know.
young. I was young, and I can say it now because I want people to know it ain't all what you see. But it
Say
was my
that.
first time doing drugs, and I was just like like out there. And I had a friend. I was a poet, and um, I wanted to be a Detroit, like famous, known in Detroit. I
Right.
needed it. It was like I wanted people to notice me. I wanted to have people, I wanted them to, I wanted people to love me.
Right. Right. Right.
So I was already into a whole nother uh, lifestyle. It was a provocative lifestyle. It was just all provocative, you know. And I thought I had divorced my husband,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm out here and I need to make something happen. So I did that, and I was out, and I remember I was in love with, well, always been in love with Billie Holiday and Miles Davis.
Yes.
So I did a thing. I said I want to take my clothes off. I want to reveal myself. I want to be this enigma. And
Mm-hmm.
so I said, look, we gonna do this. You cut my hair off on stage. I'm gonna be have my back to the audience, and I'm gonna do the Miles Davis on their butts, and I did this poem. I was like, black, 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 black. And I was just like I think I said different variations of black like 50 times
Oh
in
wow.
this poem. So it was powerful, but boy, did it make such a stir. It would just make such a stir, and I'm grateful for that. But I have a lot of repentance
Mm-hmm.
because of it too,
Right.
because because then all of a sudden that was the standard. Not saying that the Punani poets was from that, but we had all kind of spun from that. In
Right.
fact, I remember someone even asking me about, you should join the Punani poets, that sort of thing, because it was so provocative, and I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to be sexualized. I wasn't trying to be like a booby dancer.
Right.
I really was just like, at that point I was unhinged. I think I was like 19, 20. I was just like, I just want to take it off. This is who I am. And anybody that really know me as an artist, they know that I just didn't appear. I came with shame. I came with all the provocativeness. I came with the rumors. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, and I came, and when people say, "Oh, have you heard about that?" They not really saying that. A lot of people are saying she got a story, because I knew her or heard of her when. Although, so in your show, I'm revealing all of that.
I love it. I love it. Let's
all
get
of
real. Let's keep it real.
Yep, all of that stuff that a lot of new fans and new friends and family don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a very open book in the public in Detroit. So, getting, with the drugs and all that stuff, I did, one of my mentors was John Sinclair.
Okay.
In the midst of, no, nobody knew about the drugs. Everybody was like drugging and just doing stuff. I just want to, I'm sharing it because as it relates to what young people what
But
they
this is
may
part
not
of your
know.
story.
Yeah, it is my story. It is
Yeah.
my story. And I don't judge myself on drug use. I let that go because um it's all everything is kind of monetized in America to make us feel that we're doing stuff wrong, because we I don't want to get political. I don't want to get political because I'm not a politician. But I just know that nobody can shame me, and they're sitting there having a cocktail and flicking a cigarette. So I kind of let certain things go
Right.
with like how I judged myself as a young woman. That kind of made me, because I used to think I'm like, I'm the lowest one. Everybody's better than me.
Yeah, I've
And
been
then when
there
you get
too. Been
older
there.
and you see all of the hypocrisy going on, I'm like, I almost jumped off the river.
Right.
Not literally, but wanting to. And then you see a lot of people that you look up to. We all are flawed. In the word, it
Yes.
say nobody is good.
That's
Like
right.
no, but even God, even Jesus said, I'm not good. Get up. Don't bow in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of made me feel that I can tell my story and not feel like I'm nothing and everybody else is doing it better than me.
But you know what? That's powerful what you just
Mhm.
said, because especially dealing with the pandemic now, we
Mhm.
have a lot of people dealing with depression,
Yeah.
and they're feeling those things like
Mhm.
I'm by myself and no one cares.
Yeah.
And so knowing that you went through these situations and you felt like that, what was something that made you know? Or was it a relationship with God? Was it a relationship with your
Mhm.
husband? What
Mhm.
was it that pulled you out of that?
It was, to me. It's like now. Even I always wanted to not think. I really do. I'm really having a moment here. I really am having a moment, because I really am having a moment. I need to breathe.
Well, we thank God for that moment.
Yeah, I really am, because I love my city so much that I just don't want to be. I don't want to fail. And saying that my source of energy. Hmm.
One second. You're watching Jazz Cats with your girl Honey, and I'm sitting with a
Yes.
true queen, my sister Sky, and you're looking at us on WJZZ Cool TV.
See.
You can watch us on Periscope, YouTube. You, my sister, help me out now.
Switch. Switch
Twitch,
TV. Yeah.
yeah, Twitch,
And Periscope.
Periscope,
YouTube. Facebook.
and all. And look, we're going to be touching other social media sites real soon, so make sure you stay tuned. We have a lot of things coming up, but I'm about to let my sister continue to tell her story. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, WJZZ, Cool TV, all of the good
Yeah.
stuff. This is just a blessing for me, because so whew. So just touching on what inspired me. I talked briefly about the Lady Sing the Blues.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was in 1973, but I found out that movie was in 1972. I was born in 1971. I love Lady Sing the Blues, and when I was younger, I think I had to be about 7. I saw it. I just thought it was a great movie. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
because I got to see Diana Ross. I love Diana Ross. Or her
Yes.
Linky self. And then I want to touch on that. Okay, so Diana Ross, loved it. Lady Sing the Blues. Um, I wanted to be okay. So what inspired me most of all is one night. I'll share this. One night, I my mother I was I burnt our house up. I
Mm-hmm.
was like one of the I was a good kid, but I was mischievous. I was the experimenter.
I did it too.
So
How old were you?
I was just like from day one. I was judged. I'm not even gonna lie.
How old were you when you set the house on
Oh, and
fire?
I did set the house on fire. Let me tell you, I set the house on fire. I had to be about 9.
I was 3, so go ahead, tell your story.
Yeah, so I set the house on fire. Let me tell you how I did it. I was in there. My mother had this beautiful vanity. Her room was my mother's the like was an is an interior designer.
Okay.
So everything always was beautiful. That's why if anybody know me, I'm always going to add an element of softness, beauty. That's I get that from my
Your
mother,
mom.
Charlene. And I was playing with the polished enamel, the fingernail enamel,
Okay.
the stuff you yeah
Take your fingernail polish off.
yeah
Okay.
remover, and it said flammable. And I'm still learning how to read, so I want to know what flammable mean. I think that's the story. Anyway, I lit it on fire, and I remember my mother, her room was in the living room, and she had a petition, and she had this beautiful. You remember, Mommy Dearest,
Yes.
with that beautiful round vanity with the and she would be there.
Oh wow.
That my mother had one. I remember it was like from the 1940s. I just remember the whole thing burning up.
Jesus.
And I remember blaming it on my brother. My brother took the brunt of he took all the whoopings, because in our family if you do one thing you get a whooping by everybody.
Yeah, that's how it
That's
used to be. We need
right.
that. We need it now.
Don't we?
Girl. We're
What
going
is
to touch on
wrong with
that
the
too. We're going
people?
to
I
touch on that
know.
too.
You know what
Huh?
I'm saying? So that happened, and but um that catapulted something. And I was so hard on myself that we moved over on Quincy. This was on Martindale. We lived
Mm-hmm.
right down the street from my grandmother. We moved on Quincy. My mother moved us into um, this apartment. It was a two-family flat, and I had to be a little older than 9. It had to be a little older because I that was like the 3 year span I met my husband.
Okay.
So I had to be like in my almost in my teens, honestly. Yep. And I did that, and I blamed it. I watched my brother get a whooping from every, and I like that kind of built a evil in me
Mm.
that I wasn't anticipating. I didn't know at the time that to not or at the whooping and whooping, nothing would let me say I did it. Then he got whooped by like 6 people, and I was like, wow, I'm wicked.
Mm.
I felt like I was wicked. My mother, so I kind of like started separating myself because I was like embarrassed. Like I started feeling like the black sheep. My mother had this closet in our room, so I wanted my room to be in the closet.
Mm.
All I needed was a little bed. The bed could fit in there. I had to be in this closet.
Okay.
I had to be in this closet. I had to be the different one. So one night, my mother, the mirrors that we used to paste on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
I decorated it in that little hall. That was that little closet. It was the weirdest thing. It was like a closet built in the wall. And I would take the crates, and my mother said, "Don't put those mirrors in that closet because it's above your head." I did it anyway. One night, it's a true story. I put the mirrors right there above the shelf. I'm here, my little twin mattress in there. And the twin mattress fit. It might have been. It might have been for that.
Mm-hmm.
If and something yanked me up. I'm not. Something yanked me up. Yanked me up. That started it. Something yanked me up.
When you say something.
I think it was Yah. I call God Yah. I mean, well, God is who He is. I'm my name for Him, and our name is for. I don't even know how to explain it, but Yah.
Okay.
Okay, that's another name for God.
Okay.
That's what I should have.
I call him daddy, so
Yeah,
hey.
yeah, and He is our daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I think Yah had at the time had snatched me up. I was like scared. I was scared out of my mind. I'm like, what happened? Like I thought it was my sister. I thought it was somebody and I thought it was like it just to this day it gives I still get the same emotion. I actually went to lay back down. On my pillow was a whole bunch of glass. The glass had broke.
Jesus.
So after that, it just changed my life on things. But I still wasn't convinced at the time. But that little thing that happened, that was my motivation. It was like even when I was traveling and I wanted to sing, I already knew that I was going to be, I didn't think I was going to, I thought I was going to be famous. I thought I was going to be famous. And I'll tell you that story. I thought I was going to be famous. Um, and I was lived a life. I was dating women. I dated women for 18 years.
Really?
Yeah, dated women. I was openly gay. But when I was openly gay, it was a secret. I told the truth about,
Mm-hmm.
I told the truth about me being with women, and that's how my husband and I divorced. And I was kind of pretty much on my own. And then, looking back, it was my survival because I wasn't in a lot of relationships. I was pretty much more of I could protect myself more you know what I mean, in a weird way. I could protect myself more, but it was lonely. It was a lonely 18 years. But so everybody, I was like a commodity because I was like free spirited and everything. But then my mother asked me one day, she was like, well, are you willing to die for being gay? Are you willing to die for it? She was good with it. I said, die for it. She was like, yeah. You gonna die? Usually when you are something, you'll die for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I had to make a transition. I said, no, I'm not gonna die for that. Some people I know, they will die for it.
Right.
I was not prepared to die for that.
Okay.
And but prior to me making a decision, I started getting all of these um requests, signings from like Sony, RCA. Now, when I say that, to be very transparent, this is what people was telling me. I never got to see the contracts, but like my mentors, they had all of these plans for me. Harold Bowles was an incredible mentor of mine who passed away right when he was supposed to present me with a Sony contract. And I think one of the things that made me exciting is that I had come from, the new poetry, and I had come from a more provocative Grace Jones type of
Right.
thing. So everybody, I was the kind of the topic.
Right. And
But
that's what they was thinking of branding you
yeah,
as
and
that.
that's how that I would have gotten stuck in that. And so making it for me, making it and being famous, it changed my palette changed, and I didn't really want to be seen like that. I even had a situation where a professor from Wayne State, they wanted to do they wanted me to come in and do the poetry and all that, and they wanted to do like the thesis and stuff on me.
Right.
And so it was like everything was happening. Like, what do you want? How you want to do this? Do you want to be you? So if you do this, you pretty much you got to be provocative. You got to wear the spandex. You got to do all of this stuff. You got to get nude. You got to be this. You got to be all of these things to obtain this. Or do you want to just like take a minute and like talk to that one thing that snatched you up that night, and then that started changing my peripheral on like what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be in Detroit.
Okay.
How I wanted to be looked at, how I wanted to be respected, and what I wanted to really give to my community. And then that's where I'm grateful to be here right now, cuz that little decision, it motivated me in a way. So when people say, I'm so proud of you, I know what they're talking about. I know when people say, oh my goodness, I seen your career from here to here. And to me, that's being not famous, but that's making it.
Right. Right. When people can see your growth.
Yeah, they can see your growth. And we have to make decisions because you do have two paths to take in the music industry.
Absolutely. In life as well.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah.
So let's touch with that with being in. I think with you being an independent artist at this point in the game, do you think you're better off?
An independent artist, yeah, I definitely think I'm better off because one of the most important things was me getting touching on a deeper subject, me being a barren woman and not having children, and I did have a child, and I lost my child, Octavia Brown.
I'm sorry.
And but touching on I don't even believe I said that. I was like being very transparent, but touching on, well, tell me the question again.
I kind of went with you on your spirit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take a minute.
Yeah,
we can take a minute.
I want to because it's all relative, but I wanted to share. Yeah.
Yeah. That was deep what you just shared. So my heart's definitely going out to you with that, and continuous prayers with you on that.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. I blanked out. I was being so transparent that I blanked out on the question.
And I kind of blanked out too when I was like, okay.
You know what I said? When when I get the right opportunity to tell my story, I'm gonna tell it. And
Right.
me being here with you and me and us connecting and us being. It's important that I'm transparent.
And family, you're
It
watching
came right in
us
time.
on WJZZ
Cool
Cool
TV.
TV, Jazz Cats. With your girl, honey, and I'm sitting here with the Queen Sky, and she's getting 100% real, straight no chaser.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I believe listening to your music, it goes all into your music.
Yeah.
Because I wrote down some songs, girl. I do my research. Family, y'all know I went to Olive Harvey Middle College in Chicago. And the teacher who taught me, who wrote the jazz play with the students, it was called The Making of a Legend. It was about Duke Ellington.
Okay.
And so she introduced us to jazz. And besides hearing my parents, growing up in the house listening to it, she really opened my eyes to it. And when I say that I can hear some Ella in your songs, I hear some Ella. And then you did take me back to the movie. You what was that song you did? Wait a minute. What's the song? All of Me.
Oh yeah.
When you did All of Me, I saw me, on the stage with your dress.
Yeah.
And they just, the cats back there doing what they doing.
Yes.
I was all there. You gave me a whole moment. I was all there. Like, I was looking for Muggsy Malone and looking for the gangsters, looking for the cigarette girl. That song took me there. So, with that, I can feel, and I mean, not just that, I listen to all your songs. I love you. So I've seen you at Baker's. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So not to just be able to say you're my sister and to love your artistry is a blessing. But
Thank you.
I hear the pain, the sorrow, the joys, the highlights in your music. So thank you for being so transparent in your music.
Yeah. I think that's the voice to our soul. And so I did have a option to go. I did have an option um to sing R&B. I didn't really care for R&B.
Okay.
And if anybody will, one thing about me, if someone calls me and I can't do it, I know who to call. You can call her. I'm a very community when it comes to that. I don't have to have the whole thing. But R&B has not been very. It's not my. It's not my thing. And so when I decided to kind of clean up my act, I didn't want to. I want to take all the sex out of what I'm doing. And taking all the sex out of what I'm doing. I did not. I did not. I did not have children, but then all of a sudden I have. I'm a stepmom. Like I take it very, very, very seriously. You know, and my son, he's like 6'3". My husband's son, Ann's son, is my son. He calls me my. And so I was like, man, my babies, because having stepchildren, now everything I'm telling you, imagine them listening to the story, my story. So I had to be like, I had to come into some truth. I had to come into some truth, especially about Detroit, because Detroit, they'll keep you there.
Yeah.
We don't mean to. We're so hungry for success that we don't know how to manage it when we have it, and we just don't. So when you get a certain side of Detroit, like with our factories, we act a certain way, and then we act a certain way. We get to a higher up, we act a certain way. But to be able, but a lot of some of us and some of our mentors, they have taught us how to maintain, how to because Detroit, everybody is talented. Even the hobo is talented.
Girl.
Even the bum, even the man on the that go. Everybody got game.
Yes.
Detroit. Everybody got game. Everybody, and I don't mean game in a negative way. I mean game like in a race or like in a way that you can't compete against us. I traveled all over the world, and everywhere I went, people was like, "Oh, you from Detroit? Oh, Detroit! Oh, Detroit! Or oh, Detroit is bad." I'm like, "We the biggest bad, or we the biggest good."
Right. Either way.
Either
Either
way,
way.
it's just been that thing. So, um, the music, the music that the music when I learned how to begin to sing jazz, I chose the traditional stuff because that was what I connected to as far as the transparency. Like I'm like I want to talk about I when I sing jazz, it's like the sorrow that we've been plagued with. It's like our curse that
Right.
I'm sharing. You know what I mean? Not
Mm-hmm.
like not sugarcoating it. Some people good and making you feel good. But all the stuff that I had tapped into, jazz was like my gospel music. It was where I could still be sophisticated and I still could show you that I can sing at Carnegie or sing at Bert or sing. I can do it. I can wear a gown and I can be a
Absolutely.
queen. And that jazz is like my it's like my like I can do it. I can get down with some neo soul, and now I'm getting more
Yeah,
into.
I heard some of that too. Uh-huh. I heard the neo soul too. I like that too.
Yeah, so that's why I gravitated to jazz too, because even in the Lady Sing the Blues and B- Billie Holiday, they don't tell you that she lived a good life. She wanted to do that. Only thing, when I was talking about this on Lee Daniels,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing the show on about Billie Holiday, Billie versus United States.
Really?
Yep, and it's coming out in February, by the
Okay.
way. And it's about why did Billie Holiday? Why was she in so much trouble? Why was she pinpointed as everybody? A lot of people was doing heroin. What made her the pinpoint or the pinnacle of why did they handcuff her? Because the chief of police, he was in love with her.
Are
And
you
he
serious?
didn't want her to do this is real. Because now remember, Billie Holiday, she was everything. She was at the top of her game.
Yes.
But she was also an activist like ourselves. She wanted to sing Strange Fruit. She loved it. And the guy, you'll see the story. I know this through just reading her book and all of this kind of stuff, but Billie Holiday was not what the thems say about her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you everybody got something that they doing on this earth that they hang on to. So
Right.
you can't get mad at one sister for that. Like, oh, you do all of this stuff and all of a sudden for somehow you're because you got found out that you do a drug that depreciates all of your worth.
Right.
You
Makes no
can't
sense. It
you
makes no
can't do life
sense.
like that. You can't sell the gloom, and then if the person died of gloom, then you don't want to be associated with it when you
Mm-mm.
was the dealer of it. You can't
Absolutely.
do that. But that's kind of been our curse in the industry, that you just got to be able to very neatly hide and compact. But I don't want to say that because I'm not like an advocate for like let's do drugs. But I'm saying as far as our predecessors and the people that we looked up to, don't let because they had an addiction of any kind, sexual, otherwise, or abuse or whatever, be the fact that we can't listen to their music and enjoy and get something from it.
Right.
And I think the powers that be sometimes put us in a situation where, oh, don't like them because they're bad, they did this, to kind of dim our light. But you can't deny what that did for you. You can't deny when you had your first child and
Oh,
you
you
was
got
listening to,
married.
or your graduation night, you then had your first kiss. You can't
Mm-hmm.
deny that kind of stuff to those songs, you know.
Well, being that you brought up that, I'm just saying, and we don't have any music. If you just felt like doing a little something,
Yeah, I love to do something.
yeah, and I love listening to you. So go ahead.
So okay, let's see. Um, let's see. Okay. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can you see I'm no good without you. Take my lips, I want to lose them.
Yes.
Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was mine, so why not take all of me?
And why did I hear the keys? Oh my God. Okay, I feel so privileged. Like, family, I know you guys are super excited to hear that. Acapella too, baby.
Yeah.
That your voice, your body is your interest. I can't even say it. I'm so say the word. Thank you. My mouth can't say it, but it is. I'm so. I felt every chord,
Yeah.
every note, and the joy that comes on your face while you're singing.
It does feel good.
It's like I'm looking at God.
Oh.
And that's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
It's a blessing. And I tell you, I love the station we're with.
I do too.
I'm just saying, WJZZ Cool TV.
Cool TV.
The people that are part of this, we are destined for greatness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he put everybody in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Y'all better keep in touch and y'all better watch what's coming up with WJZZ Cool TV.
Yeah. We're in the moment right now.
Yes.
I want to tell you, you are phenomenal. You are phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you are phenomenal.
Thank you.
I'm just very blessed to be here, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Thank you.
I had to. My husband, he has a shoulder. He's having trouble with his shoulder. I'm like, man, you better come on, cause I got an interview to do.
We praying for his complete
He gonna
healing.
be all right. He does this thing, and I am gonna pray. Please make his shoulder better. He does this unique thing that I've never seen no man do. He sleeps like this. I've never seen it.
Say what now?
He sleeps like this. Like he'll maybe
he's stressing himself.
Yeah, he is.
And tenders and stuff.
And so I find myself, which let me tell you this, one of my best blessings is being a wife. I just had to tell you this.
I can't wait to be a wife.
I love. I'm an old school 19. I'm an old school.
Girl, you want to 71.
I'm a Jerusalem wife. I'm telling you, I'm way past all the 50s and stuff. I love that is my, I am, God blesses us when we are good wives.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know. It was like people be like, I'm like, forget being independent. It's nothing is built. Nothing is built. No song is built. No house is built independently. You got a brick. If that brick stay independent, guess what?
That's going to be by itself. A brick.
One brick.
A brick.
And you can cut her up to that brick all you want. Might as well just
dirt.
I'm telling you. So that does. I always have to say that one of my best blessings was reuniting with my husband.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it was one of my, and so 10 years yesterday, and 9 awards later. Every year that I've been with him, I've won some sort of recognition or award. And I owe it to being loved. Sometimes, us women, we feel a lot of the separation, and we feel a lot of anxiety because in actuality, we are the rib of the man.
Yes.
That's why we keep, in reconstructive surgery, they pull that rib from the man, and that rib can regenerate itself. And that's where a lot of scientists are regenerating cells and these sort of things. So that being said, that the woman, especially the black woman, I like to call her the brown woman because black is the color of a crayon.
You better say that.
The black woman, the brown woman, or the so-called black woman, we get our energy source from our man, and the man is the head, and then there's the beautiful woman. And a lot of us, we've gotten so new age that we don't want to be that special ingredient anymore.
That's true. That's true.
But when you when you have that, and a lot of people might not agree, and a lot of people are new age, and that's, hey, that's everybody, that's your stick, that's good. But I'm saying personally, for me, I've seen how my body and my spirit and my soul have blossomed because I met my soulmate. And even if, say, 20 years down the line I say, well, it didn't work out, it worked out for, it worked itself out because
Right.
I was definitely created for him.
See, that's the blessing. And a
Hmm.
lot of women, I have to agree, they just miss it. Oh, I'm got to get this career. I got
Yeah.
this. Or I'm not going to bow down to a
Yeah.
man. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a
Finds a
good
good
thing,
thing.
and
Yeah.
they find blessing.
Yeah.
They get blessed.
Yeah.
So, happy anniversary.
Thank you,
And
Queen.
congratulations. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you,
So that
Queen.
means next year you're going to celebrate another year. You're going to get another award. And what is that? 8-time award winning for Detroit Music Awards. Also 2020.
Yeah, well, this is my reward too. Like just being able to sit and talk and be intimate and everything. And my husband is sitting out there, his shoulders hurting, and but he's there, and he's a good thing, and it makes, I get to be pretty again. I get to be beautiful. You get to see the better side of me. There he is.
Oh.
He's right there.
We love it. We love it. Love the support. Love the support.
Yeah, so I just say, well, my music is a testament of like I don't have to be hard. I don't have to be nobody hard, but I have to be available for the blessing, because then that music just come inside me sometimes. And when I'm singing sometimes on stage, and I think about, like, wow, like I thought I was going to be like out there, like I thought I was going to be, I love Grace Jones, but that's Grace Jones' life. I
That's her
thought I
life.
went
That's
to,
not what God
I'm
has for
like,
you.
and then God put me in my little area in life, and I'm a Detroiter, and
Mm-hmm.
I love Hug Detroit, and I love doing things, and I have my beautiful Queen sisters. We work together, and all in my little paradise,
That's right.
you know. And I got my king of my paradise. I got my queens. We all doing and we all making something happen in Detroit, and that's me making it.
That's right.
That's my jazz.
That's
That's my
right.
story.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right. Because like I said, I think I say this on every show. If you help one person, then your
Yeah.
living is not in vain.
No,
And your music touches everyone who hears it.
I sure hope
So
so.
that's a
I really
blessing.
want to.
That
Yeah.
is truly a girl. I'm
I know.
telling
I
you.
do. I do. I do
You need to,
appreciate it.
I'm going to tell you, from a queen to queen, sister to
Hmm.
sister,
Hmm.
you touched me.
Thank you, Queen.
My daughter heard your music. You touched my daughter because I had the music turned up.
Yeah.
The whole house was like, wow,
Yeah.
you took us there.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, family, you go ahead and check out on Spotify, YouTube,
Yeah.
and invest in us.
Yeah.
Invest in us.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
Invest in us.
Yeah.
Invest in us. But I want to touch on something
Okay.
because a lot of women need to hear that.
Okay.
And you just inspired me. I'm 49. I was born in 71, April 71. So,
April when?
22nd.
Okay, I'm April 6th.
Okay.
Well, cheers to that, to those April babies.
That's right. That's right. It's coming 50. But
Oh my goodness, April 22nd. Oh, my husband's mother.
she's a Taurus too.
Oh.
Same birthday.
Yep.
Beautiful woman.
Yes, yes, indeed. And we don't say she got her wings, but God sent her home.
He picked a beautiful
Yes,
rose that day.
yes, and I think in August, late August,
Mm-hmm.
she was brought home, taken home. But yes, so yeah, I already know.
Yeah.
I already know. Yeah.
But with that being said,
Okay.
what you were saying about marriage,
Uh-huh.
Me being same, we from the same old school.
Yes, yes, we are.
And I watch the young ladies, and they make themselves so available.
Yeah.
And I'm a single woman,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it hard
Mm-hmm.
when men, even men my age and older,
Yeah.
are looking at these young girls
Yeah.
that's making it available for the
Yeah.
$40.
Yeah.
We've touched on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I believe in the rib, bone of bone, flesh of flesh.
Yeah.
And I know that my soulmate, he's there.
Yes, he is.
He's there.
Yes.
He better hurry up and come.
Well, he is coming. He is coming, and the thing that I learned, my husband and I, we had because I'm a jazz singer. So first of all, it was not easy
Mm-hmm.
because I keep late hours. I do. I kept late hours, and I thought that I could obtain a marriage and be a jazz singer.
Right.
So I don't prescribe being our career 24 hours. Now I don't ever want to live with Sky Covington 24 hours ever again. I get in
Okay.
trouble. I get in so much trouble just being that, because that is for the stage. So then that balance come in where I say, okay, my husband, he gets all the time. And when I read that in the word, I was kind of like, ooh, I've been doing this thing wrong all along, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But our husbands are a direct, like, you want to know a man, you'll know him by his wife. So you see a lot of men out here broken, a lot of men out here killing, and not I'm not saying the whole realm, but a lot of our men, we are supposed to, we have a bigger role in society than we think.
Then we really want to
Yeah.
take up.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
as the husband, and this out the word. The husband is the head of the household.
Yeah.
We are his help meet. We help meet whatever
Yeah.
God purpose
Yeah.
is in store. And
Yeah.
that's he prays for us, we pray together.
Yeah.
He submit to God, we submit to him, but he
Yeah.
also submit to us.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way,
Yeah.
that
We
got off track.
We so cool. Like we with and our young children, um our young girls, they think that, like, it's like asking to be equal in America. It's just certain things that's not designed that way.
That's right.
That's why what you do, you take your field and you create your field. And I don't really, that's a thin subject, but I think we have enough wealth within us, our sisters. We have enough wealth and created in us, and embedded in our melanin, that we already have an antidote to our own trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That we should just love each other, but we run to every avenue to to denounce what we already have innate in us. Women, we are nurturers.
Yes.
It's not, my friend Sheila Hale, she wrote a song. She was like, and all about me feel Hale's wife, and it's sweet. But I understand what she's saying in that song, but at the same time, it's not about me.
Right.
And then we got to get to that level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't all about you. Try investing time in your mate. Like, the green, you look at the grass over there and they say they think it's greener.
Yeah, they do.
You know why it's greener? Because while you sit on the porch sipping on cognac, and that woman over there, she's
mowing the lawn, watering it. Yes,
she's making
nurturing
sure,
it.
nurturing. That's the only difference between his grass and our own grass.
That's it.
So
That's
we
it.
just got to do better as women. But I wanted to start a good wife club, and I've been wanting to do this because I love that my husband is in love with me. He be like, I love my wife. Like, honey, don't be telling everybody what I be doing at home.
That ain't nobody business.
But what he's saying is, we just gotta, us women, we gotta, instead of coming around saying, oh girl, he didn't made me mad. Nah, I'm about to call you, girl, call me back. Instead of doing that, and say, well, look, let's go ahead and get this prayer in.
Amen. You better say that.
Yeah, because our music reflects all of that. You can't think you gonna get anything in your career and you bad mouthing and dogging your man.
Not gonna work.
The music is your reality, like what you are putting out in the world. It's either gonna be a good thing for you and God, or not. We gotta kind of do better. That's all.
Sister, we are closing down on time.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have to get a part 2 with you.
Yeah, I would love that.
I'm gonna need a part 2, so we are definitely gonna do a part 2. But family, join me next week, same time, 6 o'clock on Jazz Cats. And I want to give a shout out to Lady J from the Fashion Statement, another fabulous outfit. And it's also,
it's cute with that's so, see, I love that. It's fun too.
yes. So shout outs. We'll catch you then. You stay cool, and we will catch you on the flip side. Bye bye, fam.
Peace to you. That was good. Thank you.
It's good. Thank you.